Hi, I am trying to make 5-minute salsa from a recipe I found on skinnymom.com. I don't know if it will fit in my little magic bullet blender, but that's what I'm attempting to make it in. The recipe calls for 2 garlic cloves, half a small onion, half a jalapeno. Remove the seeds and ribs to adjust the heat to your desired spiciness. 4 Roma tomatoes. I have more than 4 here though because ours are pretty small, and I'll just see how many will fit in there. 2 tablespoons of cilantro. I might have more than that here because I'm a big cilantro lover. And a teaspoon of salt and the juice of 1 lime. I have forgotten to get the salt out, but that's an easy fix. So it says in a food processor, which like I said I'm using this bullet, pulse the garlic, onion, and jalapeno pepper together until they are very small dice. So far I have onion and garlic in there. I have not added the jalapeno yet. And remember, it says half a jalapeno. I have no idea how spicy this jalapeno is. It's the first one I picked from my little herb garden this year. I know jalapenos aren't exactly an herb, but that's where it got planted. Since I don't know its spiciness, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the seeds and the ribs because I can always add more heat if you can't take it out. I'm just going to use my finger. So I'm going to keep referencing my phone because this is the first time I've ever made any kind of salsa. I'm going to go ahead and just do a rough chop on this too. And we're going to pulse it until we get a fine dice on these. I'd just like to point out that this is a hand-me-down magic bullet blender that my sister gave me, and it's only my 2nd time using it, so I am not a bullet professional. Obviously. We may have to actually switch to a food processor. My attempts at pulsing are not really working that great.
Oh, there's no on and off button, it's just when you push down.
Yep, that's how the bullet works. You actually push down and turn. I feel like it'll chop up better when I have more liquid in there.
And it'll stay down.
That's why they said to use a food processor. Alright, we're just going to continue winging it from here. Next, it says to cut the stem end off of tomatoes. And surprisingly, it doesn't say to skin them. I thought I was going to have to blanch and skin them, but apparently not. So we're going to cut the stem end off and then quarter them, leaving the core and seeds. These are very meaty Roma tomatoes that don't have a whole lot of seeds to them anyway. And I'm probably going to cut them up a little more than the recipe says since I'm not using the proper appliance like it requires.
These are tomatoes from our garden.
They are. Well, actually, they were container-grown Roma tomatoes.
And the jalapeno is from our garden.
The jalapeno is from our garden. I would have used cilantro from my garden, but it has already died out for the year. It is October 3rd, so this is kind of some garden leftovers. I would have liked to use garlic from our own grown garlic, but it was just harvested today and needs to dry for how long?
3 to 4 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks before we can use it.
Right around Halloween.
So it's store-bought garlic and store-bought cilantro and a store-bought lime because we live in Minnesota. We can't grow our own limes. What else am I going to throw in here after my tomatoes? Then it's the jalapeno, which is already in there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I repeated it. The recipe says it twice. It's not.
Is that the other half they want you to put?
No, maybe. The cilantro, the lime juice, and the salt. So we're just gonna put it all in and hope for the best. So this is supposed to be 5-minute salsa. How long have we been filming already?
5:03.
Yeah. It would probably work better with a food processor, and I'll be kicking myself for not using it.
It'll be fine.
Alright, that is 3 tomatoes so far.
How many do we need?
The recipe calls for 4, and I don't know what a normal size Roma tomato is. I am thinking these are small, so I thought maybe I'd use some more.
Okay.
Because,
That won't be bad. It'll just make it more tomatoey and more kind of wet, won't it?
hopefully.
Liquid.
But like I said, these are really meaty Romas, so they don't have a lot of extra juice in them like a regular tomato would. I think I'm just gonna pack in the cilantro.
You're not going to cut it up?
No. And then I'm gonna cut this lime up, and I don't have a citruser, so we're just gonna have to squeeze it the old-fashioned way. Here's hoping I don't have any cuts on my hand. I'm squeezing it into my hand in case any seeds come out, because I definitely don't want those in there. I already kind of pre-rolled this lime on the countertop to help loosen the juices. Or you just push your hand on it really hard and rub it around till it loosens. Everything feels pretty loose. Whoops, quite a bit.
You just juiced the counter that time.
Whoops. Well, I'm not getting any seeds, so that's kind of cool.
Careful.
Hey, I'm doing my best. Wasn't expecting to be filmed on this first attempt at salsa ever, but
I figure we would film so you can get our fails, our successes,
that's adventures in living right there.
and how we learn along the way.
Alright, just drying my hands off. I love the smell of lime on my hands. Kind of smells like Fruit Loops. It does. Alright. Come on, magic bullet. Be nice to me now. Now that we got it mixed up, we are definitely adding those other tomatoes.
It's supposed to come out red, right?
I did put more than 2 tablespoons of cilantro in there too, because I really do like cilantro. Hey, who cares what it looks like? What matters is how it tastes.
Yes.
I'm kind of surprised they don't tell you to skin these tomatoes.
Green salsa.
Green salsa. Alrighty. Hey, that's salsa verde.
That's what they call it when it's green?
Yeah, but it's usually made with tomatillos then.
Oh.
with green tomato type. They're not tomatoes, they're like a gooseberry or something. Paper covered berry that tastes kind of like a green tomato or something. Alright, and we still need to add some salt. And I believe it said a teaspoon, but I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to grind some in there. This is pink Himalayan sea salt, which we use like all the time. And that would probably be somewhat close to a teaspoon. But even the recipe says adjust the lime and salt to your liking, as well as the jalapeno. Hopefully we get a little redder, but I'm not expecting a drastic difference.
You don't have to do it longer?
Oh, it looks pretty blended, pretty liquefied and pretty brown. But it smells like cilantro. I got some chips right here and might as well just give it a shot.
Alright, let's see how it comes out.
Are you gonna try it too?
Yes.
Alright.
This is our
Unless I die from heat.
homemade 5-minute salsa.
It's taken us, what, about 10 minutes now?
Yes.
It's definitely I don't know what the brown Spanish word is.
And the verdict?
Probably should have started with half a lime. It's pretty tangy. and it needs more salt. And
did it say a half a lime to begin with, or?
it said the juice of the lime, but key limes are really small, and this was a big lime. It doesn't say key lime, but at the bottom of the recipe it does say to adjust the lime and salt as needed. It just says add lime juice, but it does say juice of 1 lime, so I just added it all. If I did it again, I'd start with half a lime. And yeah, I could probably add more tomatoes as well. Might as well, but
Maybe a little less cilantro.
I don't know, I really like cilantro. You can never have too much cilantro in my opinion.
Yeah, so that's our video on how to make 5-minute salsa. That's our first time making homemade salsa.
Where's tomato?
We'll add some more tomatoes. And thank you.
Oh, we didn't get your opinion on it. You want me to add more tomatoes first?
Here, give me a chip. I'll try it.
Grab a bag.
Alright, I'll try it out and see what I think. Definitely limey. But overall, it's good for our first try.
It's not, it is edible.
Yeah. It's not going to be throwaway or pig or chicken food.
Yeah, I'll eat it.
So, thank you for checking out our video on our first time making homemade salsa. Follow along. We will probably definitely having more videos on how to improve our homemade salsa. So,
More cooking videos with you starring, not me, because...
yeah. So, thank you out there in YouTube land, and we'll see you later.
Bye.